The Wisconsin Badgers even the record at 2-2 with a sweep of Army last weekend. A 4-1 win on Thursday night. Jack Gorniak, the game winner on a power play with about 5 minutes to play. Then Captain Tarek Baker came through in the finale with a shorthanded goal with 3 minutes left, and Wisconsin won that one 1-0. Now the Badgers hit the road to play third-ranked St. Cloud State. I'm Brian Posick, and head coach Tony Granato joins us next on the Badger Hockey Digest. Well, Tony, you swept Army last weekend after that rough series against Michigan Tech. So what did you do better against the Black Knights that maybe you didn't do against the Huskies?
Well, first of all, the weekend against Tech, we just quite weren't ready. It was a series that Michigan Tech came in, older, experienced team, had a lot of confidence in how they played, and they really never let us get to our game. So the week of practice leading up to Army, we learned from what happened against Tech as far as we needed to be more ready to be engaged in physical battles. We needed to be in a position where early in the game we kind of tried to set the tone on how the series was going to go. And really from the first shift of the first game, we get in on a forecheck, we put pressure on their D, and we were on our toes. And it gave us confidence in ourselves and in the way we play and in each other. And really it carried on throughout the series. And if you look at both games, first game it took 55 minutes to win a game. And the second game took 57 minutes, where the game was tied up all the way till really the end of the game. And what I liked most about those two games was we didn't change our game to try to get a goal. We didn't change to say, okay, it's not working, we got to do something different. And you know, in the second game, you know, it took 57 minutes for either team to score.
Right. And
to stay patient and to stay controlled, to play really solid defensively. We had only given up the eight shots after 2 periods. The third period, because of the penalties, they got a little bit more momentum. But we stayed very disciplined in how we played, and that was something that I think as a team we learned that that's the way we're going to have to play to be successful. So it was a really important weekend for us to get on track.
Yeah, in game one against Army, about 5 minutes to play, Jack Gorniak scores a power play goal on a nice feed from Anthony Kerr. It wasn't like a setup power play, but you'll take a power play goal either way. But an excellent play by Kerr to find Gorniak open right in front of the net. And
it was a great release by Jack. Their goaltender was sensational all weekend, and he beat him with a catch and release shot where he didn't give the goalie a chance to get back and set up and get into position. And so to me, we stayed again with their game plan. The power play actually had some really good scoring chances before that. So to stay with it and be able to score a big goal like that. And a crucial time of the game. I mean, you hate to just drag it into overtime, and then then you're worried about, okay, you played a great game, but now you got to figure a way to win overtime. So it was a big time goal for our team, and confidence again was something that I think is really important for us to gain.
And it looked like you were going to go to overtime in game two. It's scoreless with about 3 minutes to play, and special teams came through again. This time your captain, Tarek Baker. That was a heck of a play with not a lot of gas left in his tank.
No, and they had a nice power play as far as zone time goes in our end. They had a couple good shots, hit the post. I thought they were moving the puck really well, but Jared Moe made a couple big saves for us. That was really the first time in the game where he was tested where the puck stayed in our end. And he stood tall on that, and like you said, Bakes made a nice little chip play and to get the puck into the neutral zone, get in a foot race. He won the race, and then with very little gas left in the tank, was able to bury one.
Hey, but Wisconsin got the win. Jared Moe with a shutout in game two. Cameron Rowe was good in game one. Now Wisconsin hits the road for the first time, taking on third-ranked St. Cloud State. We'll talk about the Huskies with Tony Granato here in just a moment.
It's Big Ten football. Camp Randall Stadium.
If you think back to 1990,
there's a fumble and it's recovered.
Wisconsin was not the Wisconsin it is today.
Hansen has offered the position of Barry Alvarez.
When you take over a losing program, you have to change the culture.
Talking about momentum shifting.
You can't do it with mirrors. You can't do it with tricks.
This is a family. That's how you win. It's been a great ride. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have.
Before we preview Wisconsin series at St. Cloud State this weekend, back to the Army series, you're minus 2 of your regular defensemen. Mike Vorlicky's out with an injury. Tyler Inamoto's banged up as well. You have a couple of freshmen who've played well in the back end, Jacob Martin and Daniel Lodge, who we spoke about last week, but he's seeing ice time at significant time in the game, as we saw both in Game 1 and Game 2 against Army.
Yeah, I mean, big-time minutes, and he made some tremendous blocks on the PK. He was really smart with the puck. He's hard to play against because of his size and reach. So the confidence that he showed in those 2 games, shows you that the 2 years at the development program and last year at Sioux City has got him ready for college hockey. So the 3 freshmen that are playing on the back end are getting a lot of minutes because of the injuries. So Corson Ceulemans, who is our power play guy, he's getting his feet wet and working on helping us big time offensively there. And like you said, Jake Martin's also got big minutes too. So we're asking a lot of young players, but so far so good. They've all handled the transition to college hockey really well. And Daniel Latch, I mean, at the end of the game, we have a ceremony where the player from the previous game that was the most, I guess the celebrated player gets a chance to pick another player on the team that deserves a hard hat award, and Daniel Latch was the pick. So even though offensively he didn't contribute a whole lot, he played real solid and made the right plays. Defensively, for him to get recognized by his teammates kind of shows where he's at.
All right, so this weekend, Wisconsin hits the road to the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center to take on St. Cloud State, ranked 3rd in the country, coming off a split with Minnesota last weekend, a controversial ending to Game 2 against the Golden Gophers. Nevertheless, Brett Larson's done a nice job as their head coach. His first year a few years ago, they won 30 games. Last year, they won 20, NCAA runner-up a year ago. So what are you expecting from St. Cloud State on a very big ice sheet?
Well, they're a heck of a team. They have been. They're talented. They work. They got an identity of just competitiveness. Again, a little bit older team, but they're gamers. And so for us, to go into the weekend with a little bit of confidence that we gained from Army is really important. But I think what we gained in that series is the fact that we know how competitive college hockey is. We know that every little battle is going to have an impact on the game somewhere along the way. So it's important for us to go in there, establish that mentality of being relentless on pucks and being in a position where we're competing for every battle area. And if we can do that, there's a great opportunity for our team the next 3 weekends. And I'd hate to look past St. Cloud, but you got Michigan and Minnesota sitting right behind it. They're top 4 teams as well. So 3 of the top 4 teams in the country we're going to be playing the next 6 games. For us, it's an opportunity. We're not one of those 4 teams. If we want to be, here's our chance to see where we're at and kind of go in there with the underdog mentality of, hey, what do we got to lose? Let's get out there and show them, what we are and why we're going to be good this year. And looking forward to the challenges, that's for sure.
Well, let's have some fun. Good luck.
Will do. Thanks, Brian.
Sure, that's Tony Granato. Wisconsin and St. Cloud State Friday night face-off at 7:30. Saturday at 6 o'clock. There's no TV, although you could stream it on NCHC TV. That's online. You could try that if you'd like, or join Paul Capobianco and me. That's tough to say. Paul Capobianco and me on the radio, the Badger Sports Network. Again, Friday we'll be on the air at 7, and then Saturday at 5:30. For Tony Granato, I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,